Hello my beautiful people, how are we doing today? We are doing another video here in Lamboglia Law Office, and today's topic is very interesting. We're gonna be talking about citizenship. Thank you so much. Citizenships. What does citizenship entitle, right? So I have many clients and potential clients, of course, that are interested in applying for Panamanian citizenship, right? What is the process to apply for Panamanian citizenship, the requirements, how does everything work, right? So the first thing that we're gonna be talking about is what is really citizenship, right? So if you're interested in adopting, doing the legal process, in adopting the Panamanian citizenship, meaning Panamanian nationality and the Panamanian passport, you're gonna be interested, of course, in this video. So the first thing that you need to do is, in order for you to apply for Panamanian citizenship, you have to have permanent residency in Panama. Super important, right? So once you have your permanent residency in Panama, you have to wait 5 years. I repeat that again, 5 years to apply for Panamanian citizenship, right? You have permanent residency, wait 5 years, and then submit your application for Panamanian citizenship, right? There are some countries that have the huge benefit of, let's say, shorter times. An example is Colombia. Colombian nationals are able to submit the application for Panamanian citizenship 1 year after obtaining permanent residency. There are other countries as well, like El Salvador, Uruguay, etc., that also have these benefits of shorter times versus the 5 years. So if your country, an example, Canada, US, Italy, etc., doesn't have this advantage of shorter time periods, the waiting time again is 5 years, right? So once, let's say, you already passed the 5 years, you're interested in submitting your request, there's a list of documents. Your attorney, by the way, you need an attorney, yes or yes, to do this process. Your attorney must let you know all the requirements that you need to comply with to proceed with the application. One important thing that I want to mention, guys, is the Spanish requirement. So honestly, to present this application, you're gonna have to pass interviews and exams where your Spanish is gonna get tested, basically, especially your ability to respond and to communicate in Spanish. So your Spanish has to be, at least medium good for you to go through this process. So again, very important part. Another general advice that I'm gonna give you if you're really considering this is going through the process if you're living here in Panama when you're submitting the request. Why? Because you're gonna receive calls, emails, and landline calls, no WhatsApps or Telegrams or Signal, but actual phone calls from the security department in immigration, etc. And you have to be, in country to be able to receive that call. And if you're not here to receive that call and they keep calling, they're gonna try, twice, maybe 3 times. But afterwards, they're probably gonna call your attorney like, hey, your client is not responding. I have to wait until he responds because I have to interview him by the phone. And if he or she is not replying, the process is gonna basically be still because I'm not able to move along with your client's process. So it's very important that you consider at least staying here in country 4, 5, 6 months, or if you're fully living here, that's great, to ensure your process goes accordingly, right? So that is gonna be, of course, my second advice. My first advice, again, was the Spanish. The second one, the time that you're gonna be spending in country. You do need to have your own phone number, cell phone number in Panama to be able, again, to submit your request. And of course, the more ties you're gonna have with Panama, meaning properties, bank accounts, business, if you're working here, if you have a Panamanian spouse, if you have Panamanian kids, all these little things that are considered Panamanian ties are gonna help your application look way more bulkier and give you let's say, a more favorable look for your application. So again, if you have any of these types, properties, bank accounts, business, you're working here, you have been stable here for some years, etc., it's gonna look way nicer for your application, right? Also, if you have a rental here, if you have been renting for a long period of time and you have the utility bills in your name, also if you have a car, all these little things help a lot in your in your Panamanian citizenship application. Yeah, because I'm always thinking about residencies, but application, very important. So yeah, those are gonna be my 3 tips for your citizenship. Now let's talk a little bit about what are the requirements, the basic standard requirements you have to complete in order for your attorney to submit your request. So this application has to be done by an attorney, so you have to sign a power of attorney. The attorney has to do a solicitud, meaning a request. You have to do a full certification of the copies of your current passport of your country. This passport has to be certified by your country's embassy or consulate here in Panama. It has to be translated to Spanish, and it has to be certified by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You also have to present 2 passport photos, the authentication of your e-cedula, your immigration status, a sworn affidavit made by the notary public where you renounce your citizenship of origin or one that you have adopted. You also have to prove your economic ties to Panama. This can be proved by a work contract, by your tax returns here, if you're declaring tax here in Panama, and a bank reference letter where it shows that you have a certain amount of money. We're talking about 4 medium cifras. Here we say in Spanish 4 cifras medias that you have to have in your bank account here in Panama. You also have to, of course, fill a form, a request, an interview form, of course, and let's see, am I forgetting? Very important, health certificate where you prove that you are, in nice health. The police report of Panama, you also have to bring the Panamanian police report, super important, and el paz y salvo de la DGI. You cannot owe any type of taxes in Panama when you submit this citizenship request. So these are gonna be the main documents that you're gonna need for your application. And again, if you have any other ties, this all has to be proven here in your application request. You can submit how many documents you want. That of course helps boost your citizenship application. Right now, the whole process, counting on the date that you submit the request, it honestly can take between 2 to 3 years, depending on the application and how many types you have. So please keep this in mind. Once you apply, it can be 2 to 3 years, depending on a lot of different factors, the analyst, your application, etc. So yeah, it's a longer process, but if you do really love Panama, you want to stay here, you have ties here, and you want to just take the leap in, being a Panamanian national has a lot of benefits. You can work in any type of professions, you can open any type of business, you're gonna have the Panamanian passport, which is really beautifully recognized in many countries. So again, it is a very nice choice, and if you're interested in that, I will be happy to submit your citizenship request. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like this video. If you have any questions or doubts, please leave them down in the comments. You can always WhatsApp us or email us. Don't forget to check our website. There's more information about the process and countries all in there. Hope you have a great day and see you on the next video.